Hello, fellow travelers. Today, we're not just exploring a country, we're exploring its pockets. Our journey begins long ago in the Middle Ages. The Netherlands, as we know it, didn't exist. Instead, it was a colorful patchwork of powerful provinces and cities. Imagine being a merchant back then. Your coin purse would be a jumble of different money. You might have coins from Holland, Utrecht, Gelderland and Friesland, all mixed together. Each region proudly minted its own currency. This wasn't just about money, it was a bold statement of their independence and economic power. It was like each province had its own little kingdom. These early coins tell a fascinating story. Their designs were simple but meaningful. Often you would find the coat of arms of the province or the city that made the coin. A lion might represent Holland, while an eagle could signify a city like Deventer. Some coins featured the portrait of the local ruler, like a duke or a bishop. These weren't just pieces of metal, they were tiny billboards advertising who was in charge. The value of the coin depended on the amount of silver or gold it contained. A bigger, heavier coin was worth more, making trade a very hands-on experience of weighing and checking. Life for a traveler in the medieval Low Countries was complicated when it came to paying for things. You had to be a bit of an expert on coins. Was the coin from Utrecht accepted in Amsterdam? How many Frisian stivers equaled 1 Holland florin? It was a constant puzzle. This system, while confusing, also fueled the Dutch talent for trade and finance. Merchants became skilled at currency exchange. They learned to spot real silver from fakes. This period laid the groundwork for the financial expertise that would later make the Netherlands a global economic powerhouse. The names of these old coins sound like something out of a storybook. You had the groot, the stiver, and the dalder. Each had its own history and value. The designs often included Christian symbols, like a cross, reflecting the deep religious faith of the time. Holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of history. You can almost hear the clatter of a medieval market, feel the weight of the coin in a merchant's hand, and imagine the deals being struck. These provincial coins are the first chapter in the long and exciting story of Dutch money. As we travel forward in time, we arrive at the Dutch Golden Age. In 1581, several provinces united to form the Dutch Republic. This new nation needed a unified currency to power its booming global trade. While provinces still minted some of their own coins, new powerful coins emerged that became famous worldwide. The most legendary of these was the Leeuwendaalder, or the Lion Dollar. This large silver coin featured a brave standing knight on one side and a roaring lion on the other. It was a symbol of Dutch strength and independence, recognized in ports from the Americas to the Middle East. The Lion Dollar was a true trade coin. It was minted with a slightly lower silver content than other large coins of the time. This made it perfect for export, because it was more profitable for Dutch merchants to pay their foreign debts with it. This clever strategy helped keep higher purity Dutch coins, like the silver ducaten, circulating at home. The Lion Dollar became so popular in the American colonies that it's believed to be the origin of the name dollar for American currency. Imagine, the mighty US dollar has its roots in this Dutch coin with a lion on it. Another star of the Dutch Republic was the gold ducat. First minted in 1586, this beautiful gold coin has been produced with almost the same design for over 400 years. It shows a knight in armor holding a bundle of arrows. These arrows symbolize the unity of the Dutch provinces, stronger together than apart. The gold ducat became a trusted coin for international trade because its gold content was incredibly reliable. Merchants everywhere knew that a Dutch ducat was pure, good money. It was the gold standard of its time, a testament to Dutch reliability and quality. These coins were the engine of a global empire. They paid for spices in the East Indies, timber from the Baltic, and sugar from the Caribbean. Dutch ships, loaded with goods and chests of these coins, sailed every ocean. The coins of the Dutch Republic weren't just for buying groceries. They were tools of international finance and symbols of a tiny nation that ruled the seas. When you look at a lion dollar or a gold ducat, you're seeing more than just money. You're seeing the ambition,
the ingenuity, and the adventurous spirit of the Dutch Golden Age.
Our journey now takes us into a period of great upheaval in Europe. The ideas of the French Revolution, liberty, equality, and fraternity swept across the continent and reached the Netherlands. In 1795, the old Dutch Republic fell and was replaced by the Batavian Republic, a sister republic of France. This political change was immediately reflected in the nation's coins. The old symbols of the provinces were gone. In their place, new designs appeared that celebrated the revolution. The knight was replaced by a figure representing Dutch liberty, often holding a spear with a liberty cap on top. The coins of the Batavian Republic are fascinating because they represent a short but important time of transition. The inscriptions on the coins change too. Instead of Latin phrases or provincial names, you might see slogans like Hank Tweemoor, Hak Nitimoor, which means her we protect, on her we lean, referring to liberty. These coins were a clear break from the past. However, this period was full of instability. Napoleon Bonaparte's power was rising in France, and his influence over the Netherlands grew stronger every day. The Batavian Republic wouldn't last long, making its coins quite rare for collectors today. In 1806, Napoleon decided to transform the Netherlands into a kingdom for his brother, Louis Bonaparte. As King Louis I of Holland, he introduced a new series of coins. For the first time, a king's portrait appeared on Dutch national coins, replacing the symbolic figures of the Republic. These coins look more like the French currency of the time. King Louis tried to be a good ruler for the Dutch people, but his brother Napoleon had the final say. This brief kingdom ended in 1810, when Napoleon annexed the Netherlands directly into the French Empire. For a few years, French coins were the official currency. This Napoleonic era left behind a scattered but historically rich collection of coins. You have the revolutionary coins of the Batavian Republic, the royal coins of King Louis I, and then the French coins of the Empire. Each one tells a piece of the story of a nation losing its independence. For coin collectors, pieces from this era are special finds. They are physical remnants of a time when Dutch identity was challenged and redefined. They serve as a powerful reminder of how quickly political tides can turn, changing everything, right down to the money in people's pockets. After Napoleon's defeat in 1815, a new chapter began for the Netherlands. The country became a monarchy, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, with King Willem I as its first ruler. This new kingdom needed a new stable currency. The Dutch guilder, which had existed in some form for centuries, was officially established as the main unit of currency. The coins of this new kingdom proudly featured the portrait of the reigning monarch. King Willem I's profile appeared on the first series of silver guilders and gold ducats, signaling a new era of royal authority and national unity. The 19th century saw a succession of monarchs, and each one left their mark on the nation's coinage. After Willem I came Willem II, and then Willem III. With each new king, the portrait on the coins was updated. This created a wonderful timeline of Dutch royalty that you can trace through the coins. The designs were classic and elegant. The reverse side of the guilder coin typically featured the crowned Dutch coat of arms. These silver and gold guilders were substantial, trustworthy coins that symbolized the stability and prosperity of the new kingdom. They were used for everyday business across the country. Some of the most sought-after Dutch coins come from this period. For example, the gold coins minted under Willem III are very popular with collectors. But the real stars are the coins of Queen Wilhelmina. She reigned for an incredible 50 years, from 1890 to 1948. Her long reign meant that several different portraits of her appeared on the coins, showing her transformation from a young girl to a mature queen. The 1898 inauguration guilder, with her youthful portrait and flowing hair, is a particular fan favorite. These coins aren't just currency, they're miniature works of art capturing a monarch's life. Beyond the standard guilders, cents, and stivers, there were some truly rare and beautiful pieces. The gold 10 and 20 guilder coins are highlights of Dutch numismatics. The silver 2.5 guilder coin, known as a Rijksdaalder, was a large, impressive piece of money that felt substantial in your hand.
Collecting coins from the Kingdom of the Netherlands is like creating a royal portrait gallery. Each coin is a snapshot of its time, reflecting the art, politics, and personality of the monarch. They tell the story of a modern nation being built, one king and one very long-reigning queen at a time.
Our travels now take us to one of the darkest times in Dutch history, the Second World War. In May 1940, Nazi Germany invaded and occupied the Netherlands. This had a dramatic and immediate effect on the country's coinage. The German occupying forces needed metal, especially copper, bronze, and nickel, for their war machine. As a result, they began to recall the existing Dutch coins. The familiar bronze cents and nickel stivers featuring Queen Wilhelmina's portrait started to disappear from circulation. It was a small but significant way the occupation began to erase Dutch national identity. To replace the old coins, the occupiers minted new ones made of cheaper metals, primarily zinc. These so-called occupation coins were stark and simple. They completely removed any symbols of the Dutch monarchy or nation. There was no portrait of the Queen and no royal coat of arms. Instead, the designs featured simple patterns like waves or a stylized plant. The zinc material felt cheap and corroded easily. For the Dutch people, using these coins every day was a constant grim reminder that their country was no longer free. The coins were cold, lifeless, and devoid of national pride. But the story of Dutch coinage during the war wasn't just happening in the Netherlands. Queen Wilhelmina and the Dutch government had escaped to London. From there, they formed a government in exile and continued to fight for their country's freedom. To prepare for the eventual liberation, they planned for a new supply of money. They commissioned mints in the United States, in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco to produce new Dutch coins. These coins were dated 1941 to 1945 and were made of silver, ready to be put into circulation as soon as the country is free. These liberation coins are incredibly special. They look similar to the pre-war coins, but if you look closely, you'll see a small mint mark indicating they were made in the USA, a PD or S. After the war, these American-made coins were shipped to the Netherlands and helped stabilize the economy. They were a powerful symbol of hope and restoration. Imagine the feeling of a Dutch citizen, after 5 years of using grim zinc money, finally holding a shiny new silver gilding again. It was a sign that the Queen was back, the nation was free, and life could begin anew. After the liberation, the Netherlands faced the huge task of rebuilding. The country was in ruins, and the economy needed to be restored. The pre-war coins and the American-made liberation coins were put back into circulation, but a more modern system was needed. In 1948, a major currency reform took place. New coins were introduced, and the old ones were gradually phased out. This was also the year that Queen Wilhelmina abdicated the throne, and her daughter, Juliana, became queen. A new monarch meant a new face on the country's money, signaling a fresh start for the nation. The post-war coins designed under Queen Juliana reflected a new, modern era. The designs were simpler and more functional than the pre-war issues. Her portrait, created by the artist Oswald Wenckebach, was elegant and forward-looking. The coins were made from new materials as well. Nickel and bronze replaced the silver in most circulating coins, which was more practical for a modern economy. The guilder, the Rijksdaalder, and all the smaller denominations got a makeover. These were the coins that a whole generation of Dutch people grew up with. They were the familiar change jingling in the pockets of the baby boomers. The Netherlands also began to issue special commemorative coins to celebrate important national events. These weren't meant for everyday shopping, but were created for collectors and to mark significant moments in history. For example, special coins were minted to celebrate royal anniversaries, famous Dutch painters like Rembrandt, or the works of the philosopher Erasmus. These coins allowed for more artistic freedom in their designs and were often made of silver or gold. They became a popular way for people to connect with their history and culture, owning a small piece of art that celebrated a Dutch icon. In 1980, another change came to the Dutch throne. Queen Juliana abdicated in favor of her daughter Beatrix. This meant another new portrait on the coins. The design for Queen Beatrix's coins was very abstract and modern, created by the artist Bruno Ninaber van Eyben. Instead of a realistic profile, it was a stylized silhouette. This minimalist design was very Dutch, and was both praised for its modern art style and debated by those who preferred a more traditional portrait. These were the last series of guilder coins, and they would carry the Netherlands into the 21st century. Our final stop on this historical coin journey is a monumental one. On January 1st, 2002, the Netherlands, along with 11 other European nations, said goodbye to its national currency. The beloved Dutch guilder, a symbol of the nation for centuries, was replaced by the euro. This was a massive change. For a few weeks, both guilders and euros were used side by side, creating a confusing but exciting time. People had to use calculators to convert prices, and everyone was learning the value of the new coins and banknotes. It was the end of an era. The euro coins have a common design on one side, representing a map of Europe and symbolizing unity. But the other side, the national side, is unique to each country. For the Dutch euro coins, the first series featured the modern, stylized portrait of Queen Beatrix, the same design from the last guilder coins. This provided a sense of continuity. When King Willem-Alexander ascended to the throne in 2013, the portrait was updated to show his profile. So, even within the euro system, the Dutch tradition of featuring the reigning monarch on the coins continues to this day. Just like in the guilder days, the Netherlands continues to issue special commemorative coins in the euro era. Each year, the country can issue a special €2 coin with a unique design to celebrate a significant event. One of the most famous was the 2013 coin celebrating the abdication of Queen Beatrix and the inauguration of King Willem-Alexander. These commemorative €2 coins are legal tender throughout the Eurozone but are eagerly snapped up by collectors. It's like a treasure hunt to find one in your change. The country also issues special silver and gold collector coins that are not meant for circulation. Saying farewell to the guilder was a sentimental moment for many Dutch people. The guilder was more than just money. It was intertwined with Dutch history, identity, and culture. Many people still think in guilders when considering large purchases. But the adoption of the euro also symbolized the Netherlands' commitment to a united and peaceful Europe. It was a practical move for a nation built on trade, making business with its neighbors easier than ever. The Dutch coins in our pockets may have changed, but the spirit of commerce and international cooperation they represent remains as strong as ever. Every coin collector dreams of finding a rare treasure. In the long history of Dutch coinage, there are certain pieces that are incredibly valuable and sought after. These coins are rare due to low mintage numbers, historical significance, or because most of them were melted down or lost over time. One of the biggest prizes is the 1867 gold ducat. In that year, only a handful of these beautiful gold coins were struck for ceremonial purposes, not for circulation. Finding one is almost impossible, making it one of the most legendary rarities in Dutch numismatics. It's a true holy grail for collectors. Another highly prized category includes the provincial gold coins from before the Dutch Republic was fully established. Pieces like the gold Gulden Rider or gold rider from provinces like Gelderland or Overijssel are extremely rare. These large, impressive coins featured a knight on horseback and were a display of wealth and power. Because they were minted in small quantities so long ago, very few have survived in good condition. Owning one is like owning a piece of the medieval Dutch nobility. Their value comes not just from their gold content, but from their immense historical importance and scarcity. From the Kingdom of the Netherlands period, the 1891 young head 10 guilder gold coin of Queen Wilhelmina is a key rarity. That year, the portrait of the young queen was being redesigned, and only a tiny number of the new version were minted as a trial. They were never issued for circulation, and only a few examples are known to exist today. Similarly, certain silver coins from the reign of King Willem II are very scarce. He had a very short reign, so fewer coins were produced with his portrait overall, making any high-quality examples from his time quite valuable to collectors. It's not always gold coins that are the most valuable. Sometimes it's a simple minting error that creates a rarity. A coin struck on the wrong metal planchet, or one with a double strike, can be worth many times its face value. For example, a zinc occupation coin from World War II that was accidentally struck on a leftover bronze planchet is an incredible find. These treasures remind us that history has many layers. While you might not find a gold ducat in your spare change, the story of these valuable coins adds a sense of wonder to the hobby of collecting. Our journey through the world of Dutch coins concludes at a place where history is still being made. The Royal Dutch Mint, or Koninklijke Nederlandse Munt. Located in the city of Houten, this is the only institution in the Netherlands authorized to strike coins. For centuries, this mint has been responsible for producing the nation's currency, from the first guilders of the kingdom to the euros we use today. It has a rich history that mirrors the story of the country itself, adapting through revolutions, wars, and currency changes. The mint isn't just a factory, it's a guardian of Dutch heritage. The role of the Royal Dutch Mint has evolved over time. While its primary job is still to produce the circulating euro coins for the Netherlands, it has also become a world-renowned producer of collector coins and commemorative medals. Using a combination of age-old craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology, the Mint creates beautiful coins in silver and gold that celebrate Dutch culture, art, and history. These special issues, like the ones honoring Vincent van Gogh or the Dutch masters, are works of art in their own right. The Mint also produces coins for other countries, a testament to its high-quality reputation. The symbol of the Royal Dutch Mint is the Mercury staff, which you can find as a small mint mark on all Dutch coins. It represents Mercury, the Roman god of trade and commerce, a fitting symbol for a nation of merchants. When you find this little mark on a coin, you know it was made at this historic institution. It connects the coin in your hand to a long lineage of coin makers who have been documenting Dutch history in metal for generations. It's a mark of quality, authenticity, and national pride, linking every coin to the Royal Dutch Mint, from the diverse coins of the medieval provinces to the unified euro. The story of Dutch coinage is the story of the Netherlands itself. These small metal discs tell of trade and tolerance, of revolution and royalty, of occupation and liberation. They are miniature monuments to the past and the feelings which made the witness to a beautiful time. The Royal Dutch Mint continues its tradition, collecting the currency today.